everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today you join me down on Aberavon beach in Wales. As you see me on the previous video, I was in the Neath River chasing a monster bass, which was absolutely amazing. So it was the afternoon after I went back down there to see if I could catch a monster bass. So now I've come down to a local beach to me, which I haven't fished in years. It's a fabulous beach to fish. Normally I like to target in the evenings. It's a fantastic match venue. It's Aberavon beach. It's a vast beach, which is adjacent to the River Neath, and you've got the River Avon, as you can see, located behind me. I've come down here today with Steve. Brian's on his way down as well. But I think Brian's just going to be practice his casting with his new multipliers. So I'll do with him. But then me and Steve, we're going to be fishing. We've got a very amount of bait. I'd rather fish it in darkness, to be honest. But I can't tonight because we've got a family get together. So I'm going to come down and see what we can catch in daylight here. And then obviously we can go through everything. I'll quickly run you through the rods I'm using. I've got my Nagas, and they coupled up with the Millionaire again, because I find distance is quite key on here in daylight. But in darkness, you can fish quite close in. You can get ray off here, dogfish, sole, smoothhound. You get golden greys on here, which I was hoping to target, but we couldn't get any maddies. So we just got ragworm, sandeel and squid for bait. So hopefully we can, because the water's quite cloudy here, you might be able to get away with fishing in daylight for the ray and that. We probably have dogfish. Yeah, but Aberavon's a fantastic beach to fish. Fantastic match beach as well. I know they hold a lot of matches on here. So I've run you quickly through the rods and reels I'm doing, the location I am. I'm going to get some baited up now and get them in the water. And as normal, then I'll take you through the rigs I'm using, bait. And then hopefully we can get into some fish for Aberavon Beach for you. We've been here now for about 5 minutes. Brian's just turned up. My friend Brian again on the channel. Believe it or not, I seen some golden grey mullet moving in the surf. So I quickly chucked my golden grey mullet rig on. The rod's a bit of an overkill, but I flicked it out there. And in about 30 seconds, I had a school bass. So that was a bit of an issue. There's a lot of fish moving in the water mantle. Isn't it, right? Yeah, doing it. I've got a bite now on my right-hand rod, but it looks like it's a school bass, so we have a quickly check to get it in now. But the tide's coming in lovely. I haven't even had time to get my ray rig on. I've got a 2 up 1 down, clipped down as far as I could put it with ragworm on. Steve's fishing for a big bass, but we'll get it quickly in now. But I probably think I got about 3 school bass, and I'll move the camera back now and we'll have a look here. Yeah, this is only about 30 yards though, it's what I think it's going to be mullet. I think it's going to be one there, 2 bass. Yeah, it's 2 bass. The next one, how many is seagull you got it? Yeah. Probably this one, not like the size of the bass I was having the other day, but a tiny little school bass, but on the golden grey mullet rod. You see with the little pop-ups, which I'll talk to you about the rig in a minute. But they are golden grey. Oi. Yeah, there are golden grey mullet out in the surf, but at the moment it's going to fight through these. But I'll get him quickly back now, and I'm going to run you through my golden grey mullet rig quickly, and then I'll get back into the water, and hopefully I can get one of them, because there aren't a lot of them in the water surf column there. But I'll get him quickly back now, not the one we were after. But the rig I had on my golden grey mullet rig. It's a 2 up 1 down. 3 foot snuds, a 10-pound Seagull fluorocarbon. I got a size 6 up there, and then I got a white popper. The rig body then is £40 because you're not casting far for them. And it's a glued rig, as you can see, 3 foot again, Then I've got a little popper, exactly the same. And then the bottom one is then, and which I find works really well. I've got a 3 ounce short cast bomb lead, and then as you can see, I've got a red long shank hook. I don't know why I've done so well on a red hook for golden grey mullet. I don't know if it's just a fluke or what have you, but I've always find red hooks work better. I don't know why, and a long shank one, you can get more worm on it. I haven't got matties, but I've got little tiny small rock worm. That worm I got, which we just picked up, are really small, so hopefully, obviously they're not going to give the same scent off as a maddie, but I can bunch them up to make them look like a maddie, and hopefully then we can fool the golden grey. But I think the issue we're going to have is a school bass. But I'm going to get that baited up and get it back out now, but that's my golden grey mullet rig, which works for me, and try it to see if it works better for him using the red hook, because I've done really well with red hooks. But that's me now. I'm going to get that back out and back into the water. Back out, we just cast that golden grey mullet one out and have a look at it. Right, it's really out about 15 yards. I've angled the camera on it, and you can see the right one is fast. So I might persevere. Too fast, if I can get a golden grey. The bass persistent like this, I might have to just go through it back to it if I can pick it way up. Yeah, because the golden grey mullet, they are there. The angle of the camera back. I waded, when I waded out, you can see them all boiling. But the issue is then you've got a lot of school bass mixed in between them. I think the bass are going to be on it too quick. The golden grey. The golden grey fishing in Aberavon can be fantastic. Because I couldn't get any matties, I left a light rod in my mother's house. I just bought it to everyone without it. Yeah, but it's lovely down here. Absolutely lovely. I love Aberavon. Like when I was living in Wales, or I joined the military, I used to fish down here quite regularly, and it's a very underrated beach. Catch all sorts of species, the golden grey, sole, flounder, big bass in the evenings when you've got a night surf in here, you can get some really big bass. You get your dogfish, you get smoothhound, you get small-eyed rays, you get thorn bass. Pretty good beach. Get a lot of competitions on you, and it's easy access. Cars, I park the car on the side of the road, there's relevant car parks here, and you just walk down the steps and you're onto the beach. In the summer it can be a bit busy with beachgoers. Up to my right, Roddy, you the right. You've got like a drawing which people fish off quite regular. Yeah, it's a lovely area. Two rivers right beside them. That's why the beach is so good, because you've got two rivers dumping out. And the river, when I caught the bass on the other day, is just up to the right up there. Yeah, fantastic fishing area. You've got one thing here. I just put them both on. Yeah, I just put them in the one. Definitely a fishing here. Yeah, and if you want to get the kids into this fishing, it's brilliant down here. You can bring them down 30 yards and they can do a lot of fish. You know, with a little spinning rod or something. Definitely a picture here. Definitely a picture of the one. This one is quite far. Hoping we just don't get in at it. But I'll have to change up now. I got sand deal in the box. I kept the sand deal on now. Oh, the tide's coming in. What do you think here? The tide does fly in. See what we got. Turn the camera around. I don't need to get washed over. Next one, fishing in crocs then. I've got my distance roll rig on it. Up to 1,500 pound of profit stuff through there. Watch the camera, don't go over now. That's fine, the other one. Oh, you can see this. School bus a little bit bigger than the other one, but that was, as you see, was out for some distance, man. There must be paved with them out there. Right, stay down. There's time, and that was at some distance. Oh, I've got to hold the camera. I'll move back now with this. Let me move back. I'm underwater here. The tide, like I spoke about, the tide flies in. Yeah, as you can see, I'm going to get him back now, a little school bus, but that was miles out today. There must be paved with them out there in this new course and in shallow. But I got this little fella back now, and I'll show you the distance rig I'm using to see if I can pick up the soul. But Brian's behind there now, moving everything back, and I get this little back now. So I've taken the golden grey mullet rig off now because it's hanging on the stand there. I was getting absolutely hammered by bass. So I've taken that off now, so what I've got is, I've got up and over pulley on the left one with a single sand deal, and I've still got my distance clip down boom rig on the right rod to see if I can pick up a soul in that. The tide is flying in because it's a 40-metre one, so we are moving back. It will slow down when we go up further up the beach because it goes a bit more, but that's the plan is now. Yeah, I've had to take that rig off because I just standing it holding my rod and my rod was going. But nightmare, I was hoping to get a golden grey fill. But that's the ploy now. As you can see, there's a lovely surf on there now. So I know Steve's persevering to see if he can pick up a bigger bass. But his rod is just getting stripped by the school bass. Because he's using 3 oars, but he's trying for a big bass. Which there should be big bass in here, but that's my plan now. I'd sandeel on one, and then maybe a whole squid, and just leather it. And see if I can pick up a ray fill. Or a dogfish or something. But that's the plan now, and I've obviously changed it. And cross fingers I can get into some fish now. Yeah, the issue we're having now is, that just fell off then, school bass. It is absolutely inundated with them. This is my distance one, and I tell you something, I didn't bring it back because I didn't even have a bite, but that was, I hit it as hard as I can. I must have walked back 100 metres, so that was miles out it was. And 2 school bass, which I get these sorted and get them back in now. But yeah, there is absolutely hundreds of them out there. They're hitting everything. I've got a single sand deal on that one, and I've walked back. There's no indications of a bite as of yet on that, but I think I'll have to take this rig off as well. Oh, tide's coming in. Ooh. Yeah. I'll put these back in now. The tide's come in, it's wrong the rod stand. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take the worm baits off. Steve's fishing behind there, he's persevering, trying to get the golden grey. But he must be on 30 or 40 bass. He's having some fun there, but they're all like this. School bass is. It's just plagues them. It is. Good laugh, you know, keeping me going. But hopefully I wanted to catch something bigger. But I get this little fella pop back now, and I think I'm gonna have to put double sand eel on and just send it and just walk back in, and hopefully I can pull out the ray or something, because any worm bit, these little school bass are on there. But I get this little fella pop back now, and we'll keep on going. What I'll do is quickly now I'll show you the clip down boom rig. I think Jem and I do them. Fantastic for distance, for sole and that. I've got the hybrid showcast lead, comes down, and then I've got my booms which clip down like so, and then underneath an imp. And then hopefully you can see it, it's got a little return on it there. And then obviously that comes down and it just simply clips. Fantastic, you know, if you want to target sole and it on a distance beach. Really aerodynamic, and when it hits thin and clips. You've got your booms then fishing on the bottom. Brilliant. But like I always say, if you're fishing with booms, never have you snood longer than the boom, because it will tangle. But a fantastic sole rig for you're fishing a sandy beach and you need to get distance. Have a look at it, the boom clip down rig. But I'm going to take that off now, because like I spoke about, the bass are just hammering me on it, and I'm going to go for a double sand eel and just send it and see what we can get there. But yeah, that's what I'm using when I go for my distance sole. Brilliant rig. Yeah, we're going to start packing up now. We've lost, that's all we're getting is we've lost the waves. He's packing up, is he? Yeah, Steve's packing up now. I'm going to start bringing my rods in, because it's just school bass. I think the sun, too much sun, Bri. I was hoping we could have picked the dogfish up at a ray at distance, but just getting school bass. And the single sand eel I put out came back in as I went out, Bri, wasn't it? Yeah. It was perfect. And I must have walked it back a good 200 or 300 meters. But yeah, but there's been boats, right? I mean, they're working quite close in all day, so I don't know what they've been drifting around. I don't know if they're trying for mackerel or not, but yeah. 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 But it's been a lovely day, lovely to see Brian. Shame you didn't fish, Brian. I think it's the best choice you made. But yeah, we've had some, I haven't filmed Steve. Steve's been having 1 or 2 school bass every cast, because he persevered for the golden grey. But yeah, it's been quite slow on anything else. But yeah, been a lovely day, oh. Lovely day. Nice to have a catch up and a chew the fat. But unfortunately the fishing hasn't been the best. With just school bass upon school bass. It's time to go back now, have a meal with the family. Oh, nice not to bring a school bass in, but I'm going to pack this one away and pack that one away now, and I'll get back to you then with an extra. Yeah, not the best day's fishing I've ever had. Well, that's packed away now. I just got to put my rod stand away. Lovely day out, lovely to see Brian and Steve and have a fish for them. We had a lot of fish, we did, but like you see, they were all little tiny school bass, nothing to write home about. I'd rather would have fished it in darkness, but obviously time constraints, seeing the family. I just had to have a few hours down, you know. The tides, it's high water now, and it's completely died off, so we're packing up now. Like I spoke about, I got to go back to a family get together. But it was lovely, you know. I would recommend, if you're going to try Aberavon, fish it in darkness, and I normally like to fish two hours before low water and 3 hours back is the most productive, especially for the ray and that.
But I'm going to quickly pack away now because the tide's coming in behind me. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and if I don't see you on the beach, I'll see you on the channel. Enjoy your fishing, everyone.